Good afternoon, my people of the Nyankopon sovereign state of Jamaica and the diaspora around the world. I'm here today to do a presentation on state matters, meaning governance of the Nyankopon sovereign republic state. All Yankun ko pikibo. Nyankopon meaning God. We have a situation on the ground in the states, meaning to say all our maroon sovereign states in aka Jamaica. Therefore, the situation on the ground right now is the Jamaican government is trying to swear in a colonel named Mr. Latibodier. So therefore none of that can be happening. It's null and void. Maroons are sovereign people around the world. The government have no jurisdiction over indigenous people, because we the Maroons and also the Kumina and also the Rastafarian and also the Revival people, we are the indigenous people on this land to serve and protect this land. So the matter is now in front of all of us to say the government, or to say the government of Jamaica is putting their feet in the Maroon sovereign state to try and put in Mr. Latibodier as a colonel to overthrow the real indigenous chief, our colonel, Rudolp Pink, that's me myself. So the office of the Nyankopon sovereign state declare an illegal election on the 5th of February 2020 here in the Maroon sovereign state. You cannot call an election without the Prime Minister is calling it himself in the Jamaica state. But in the Nyankopon sovereign Maroon state, it's only the colonel, the colonel himself can call an election, because we are a government within a government, or a state within a state, meaning we are self-governed people. We now have the IDs to identify yourself. Here we go, we have one here, an ID to identify yourself as indigenous people on the land and sovereign people, sovereign nation. We also have the flag, Nyankopon Maroon flag. It's Maroon Republic State flag. Here we go, you still have the African flag also, to know that our foreparents, our ancestors were from Africa, meaning all around. Even though they say we come from Africa as Maroon, come here on this land. No, we were here long before all of them. Just because the British just come on this island 1655. But the matter we are dealing with right now is a government within a government, or a state within a state.
All right, so our chief, the thing is going around that one Mr. Latibodier, it is alleged that he is in dealing with the World Bank and with TPDCO and a lot of other institute collected money underneath Scotsall name, that Scotsall is one of the providence for the Nyankopong state. So have you heard the allegation?
Allegedly, yes. I heard allegedly to say Mr. Latibodier is collecting money on the behalf of the Maroon sovereign state, and also dealing with the Jamaican government to say, and the Jamaican government or Miss Babsy Grange, they say, allegedly I heard that Miss Babsy, Minister Grange, will be coming into Scotsall, Maroon sovereign state, this coming Saturday, and they call it Emancipation Day. That's when we, the Scotsall Nyankopong sovereign republic state, will be having our spiritual, I would say, commemoration for our ancestors annually. 281 years now, Saturday making 281 years. So we allegedly heard a lot of stuff, and it's whatever stuff we heard, allegedly, it's illegal.
Yeah, so because underneath the Maroon Constitutional Act and the globalistical treaty, for a minister that represents the British colony or the church and state of the Pope, it is illegal for one to make appearance in the Maroon state and do not make a formal report to the chief or to the Maroon office about their arrival, isn't it? Much less to come to try to launch someone else who they call a chief illegally. It's supposed to be illegally, right?
It is illegal. So that would call a conflict of interest to say the Jamaican government, Mr. Bobby Grange, will be coming in, within the Maroon sovereign state without my knowledge as the chief. That's illegal. And without my acknowledgement, that's illegal, also illegal. And she can also get arrested in the state to breach the treaty of 1738 to 39.
Because it would be like she would be trying to go into America to do something against the president. So she could be, I do think, yeah, you're right. We don't think you're right. You are right. So she would be coming into the Scotsall Holy Ground without your approval or without even your knowledge to do something illegal on behalf of another. What would you call Mr. Latibodier?
Oh, Mr. Latibodier is just a member of the community. Of the Nyankopong state, just a member of the, community itself. But
allegedly working underneath the World Bank.
Allegedly working under the World Bank.
To sell out the land. That's what we heard.
Yes, to what we heard, to sell out the land. And then basically the indigenous people would have no land what their ancestors have fight for 82 years regarding with British and regarding with the Spanish and regarding who else before those those countries, also the French.
All right then, so thank you, Chief, for giving us this interview. I know that you're a busy man, but before you go, we heard that people in United States, America, United States of America, Canada, England, Russia, all want the ID card now. So what is the requirement to get a ID card? Can you be a white man, or can you, or how do you go to get the ID card?
Well, first and foremost, to identify yourself as indigenous. Indigenous meaning is from generation to generation, from ancestors to fourth parents who live on the same land for over 100 and over 200 years. They recognize as indigenous wherever they are and in the world, basically.
So if you're at America, Trinidad, anywhere, you can send for your indigenous card and your indigenous underneath the Nyankopong sovereign state, which used to be called Jamaica. Then when the French lose it, or the Christopher Columbus lose it, it was called Jamaica by the British.
Yes, you do. the Nyankopong Sovereign Republic head office, you know, will do the processing of ask you for one passport size picture, just like for the other state them how they run their business. One passport size picture. You're gonna need your full name. You're gonna need your date of birth. You're gonna need your height, your weight, your color of your eyes, and also your signature to put on the ID because it's your ID, and it will be authorized also by the chief. And you know, when you call, you can call the office number. Can you read it out for me, please? The office number is 605. I'll have to turn the lights on to get the number. Let me. Yeah, 605-7987. Or you can contact our personal, you know, mobile or cell number at 1-876-586-4324. And also, Mr. Lewis, can you read out your contact?
Oh, it's 1-876-77-34594. That's 1-876-77-34594.
Yes. Thank you very much. You know, and my people, you need to hurry up and get your ID. Get your ID as indigenous people on the land.
And people can also collect back what kind of funding of this ID. We have heard about this for a long time. A lot of people was talking about it. So once you get the ID, you now can like repatriation money and all this kind of money. And so how true that story is?
Well, you do, because your TRN will be going also. I forgot about that. The TRN will be also going on the ID, because your TRN signify as your national insurance number, you know, under the crown. So that's what proved to you, or your birth certificate to say, you know, that means you're subjected to the British crown, and you should not pay no taxes on your land, and whatever taxes you already paid, you know, it won't be refunded to you, but you can go towards repatriation to make sure you get, because your birth certificate also has a bank account number.
A band number.
A band number. So that's your band. You can claim. You can and then tell them you need to you know, close the account.
And
yes.
And you can collect back money from it.
You can receive back money from it, but you know, you have to go through the law of the Nyankopong Sovereign Republic state, you know, furthermore down.
All right, my chief. Thank you for giving us this moment, and let be there. If you're out there, you're doing something wrong. And big up Oliver Babsy Grange. Do not let these people mash up your career. We love you, Babsy.
Also, before you go, and Saturday the 1st of August 2020, we will be hosting our commemoration again, reminder, right here on the Nyankopong head office. Meaning you can also Google search, also find Scotsall Museum, Scotsall Maroon Museum. So that's exactly we're the same place we're gonna have our commemoration for our ancestors.
Right at the Maroon Sovereign State head office.
Yes. And we also say, Nyankopong blessing you all, meaning God bless you. Nyankopong is our God, and our Him, our destiny. Maliko.